Hey everyone, it's Monday. We made it through the weekend. Continue washing your hands, socially distancing yourself from everyone. Keep watching these videos though. Today we're going to keep learning about the Harris's hawks. Like I said last week, we've got two of them. So we learned about Harriet last week on Friday. Today we're going to learn a little bit more about Harris's hawks and learn about Eve, which is our other female Harris's hawk. So this is our other Harris's hawk. Her name is Eve. She's also a former falconry bird. So again, falconry is the sport of hunting with raptors. It's state regulated, and so you've got to pass a state exam, you've got to have your facilities inspected, you have to find another falconer who's willing to sponsor you. So there's actually a lot that goes into it. But she doesn't make a very successful hunter anymore because she actually injured her leg. And so she was donated to our facility. And so now we use her in all of our educational outreach. Now, like I said, they're really fascinating birds because they are that social species. Something that we should not be doing right now. Don't be very social right now. But these birds will cooperatively hunt together. You know, out west, there's not a whole lot of areas for them to stand on to get a better eyesight. And so these birds will actually sometimes stack on top of each other. And so sometimes one of them will land on top of a cactus, and then another one will stand on top of that bird's back, and then sometimes another one on top of that one. And that just gives them a wider range that they can see. They can see a lot further because they're getting a lot more elevation. Again, they're going to be hunting for those jackrabbits, the rabbits, all sorts of larger kind of mammals out west and then into Mexico, where there's not a whole lot of areas for those jackrabbits and everything to hide from them. You heard her noise that she makes a little bit ago. That's one of their noises that they make. That's the one that this one usually makes most often. She's a little bit more talkative than our other one. I always think they sound a little bit like a pirate. So actually I could do this one, but I'm not going to because she did that one for us. Now another one of their nicknames, or one of their nicknames, is the bay-winged hawk. You can kind of see all that kind of reddish brown coloration on their shoulders. And so these birds, they've got that dark coloration. She's making that noise again. They've got that dark coloration on their shoulders and really throughout their entire body. You can see those really long legs. Those long legs, again, help reach way up inside of those bushes, those shrubs, so that they can scare out the jackrabbits or whatever might be hiding underneath them. And so these birds are excellent hunters out west, cooperating together, hunting together, each having their own assignments, whether it's the hunters, the spotters, the decoys, whatever it might be, each doing their own job and then sharing on that food together with, of course, the ones who do a lot of the work, sometimes getting more of the food or getting first choice on what they want to eat, the alphas, and then different jobs going on down, getting to eat a little bit later on. You can see that tail she's shaking, that really long tail that they use as a rudder. And so again, these birds are really agile. Some of their hunting techniques are, one of them is again just using those decoys to just kind of distract that rabbit, scare it out of that bush when a hunter is nearby ready to catch it as soon as it comes out. But another one is they'll swarm hunt. And so there will be 7 of them that will come in and land from every direction on that rabbit. And so that's really impressive to think about the coordination it takes for 7 of these hawks to come in from almost every direction and to land on that rabbit at almost the exact same time. That way it's got nowhere to go. They're coming from every direction. That's really impressive for these hawks to be able to do. I don't know how they do that. I don't even know how people could do something like that. So it's really impressive what these birds are capable of doing with that cooperative hunting techniques that they use. There's videos on YouTube of these birds hunting cooperatively together. So if you want to see some of those flights, like I said, it's really impressive to watch these birds hunt together. Eve here is a little bit bigger than Harriet. I think she's around 200 grams bigger. Now, they are both females. And so, we talked about last week that sexual dimorphism, where females are usually larger than the males. Just by weighing them, I would have thought that Harriet was a female because she's so much smaller than Eve. But like I said, most of our birds are DNA tested, and so we did a DNA test and they both came back as a female. So there is size differentiation between species even. So, Eve is probably a little bit more on the normal size, whereas Harriet is actually a little bit on the smaller size of a female Harris's hawk. So again, you're not going to see these birds. If you live here in Auburn and you do see this bird flying around, if you see a Harris's hawk flying around, that's when we want you to call us, email us, because that probably means that we lost one of our birds, because as far as I know, we're currently the only people in Auburn that have a Harris's hawk. So if you see one of these, give us a call, let us know. If you see a red-tailed hawk, we like that you're enjoying it. We like that you're looking for these raptors, but they're all over the place around here. Extremely common. But again, Harris's hawks, native mostly into Mexico, a little bit into Texas though, some other parts of the U.S. out west, but mostly found down into Mexico. So that's a little bit more about Harris's hawks. These birds, like I said, really fascinating birds. They are that social species, excellent hunters out west. So a very unique and awesome species of raptors. Keep tuning in. We're going to keep talking about raptors, since that's the only thing we've got out here. But I think tomorrow we're going to move on, and we're going to start talking about the falcons tomorrow. And so keep tuning in, sharing these videos. Stay safe. War Eagle.